While on spring break, I came upon the following item in the Bangor Daily News on March 15th, and I quote, "Lawmakers from areas growing from the influx of new high-tech companies introduced legislation Wednesday to nearly double the number of visas issued each year to tech-savvy foreign workers. Their bill would raise from 115,000 to 200,000, is stealing on the 6-year 1B visa the Immigration and Naturalization Services now issues annually to professional workers from overseas, claiming there are now 364,000 more high-tech jobs and workers to fill them. Representative David Dreyer, Republican, California, said the president's deal doesn't meet the needs of an increasingly digitalized economy. Reading this immediately prompted the question in my mind, why aren't we, as a nation, educating our own youth in the skills needed for an increasingly digitalized economy? In my opinion, we are missing a huge opportunity to provide a meaningful and useful education for our students by not providing computer and internet accessibility for all students in the nation's public school system. While some may be under the impression that every student in this country, especially at the high school level, has unlimited educational opportunity through access to computers and the World Wide Web at school, this is not the case, especially for students from poor school districts. Case in point, my own experience in high school. I come from a small, rural high school. Resources are limited due to a lack of industry in the area. There is one computer science course in the curriculum. I took it my freshman year. I eagerly awaited an opportunity to take a computer programming course offered over the internet by the main school of science and mathematics in Limestone. I got the invitation last January. Since I do not have internet accessibility at home, our computer was 8 years old and not internet ready. I spoke to the school guidance counselor, and she assured me that I would have enough access to the computer at school to do my assignments. She even offered me access to a home office computer. To make a long story short, I ended up dropping the course. Why? Lack of real internet accessibility at school. After 2 weeks, the guidance counselor's computer became unavailable to me, and I turned to the 4 internet-enabled computers in the library. However, they were in a high-traffic area. Therefore, when I did get a turn at one of the computers, passersby bombarded me with questions about what I was doing, and I was distracted by incessant activity around me. The result, I got way behind in my assignment because of no real internet accessibility at school. It's impossible to make up the work, and I dropped the course. Even though our high school was wired by the end of my freshman year, internet accessibility to students was very limited. If a computer was in a classroom, it was on the teacher's desk, and you had to ask permission to use it. In essence, the World Wide Web was available only to teachers, staff, and very few students. It is a fact that a digital divide exists between rich and poor schools, according to an Education Department survey in the fall of 1999. There is just 39% internet access in high-poverty areas compared to 74% internet access in low-poverty areas. To illustrate the difference that exists between rich and poor schools, I will use my Aunt Mary's experience. My Aunt Mary has been a high school teacher in the New York City public school system for 20 years. The students at her school are poor to middle class. There are only 2 internet-accessible computers in the school. The students have to ask permission to use them at lunchtime. With a student population of 2,000, this translates into no real internet accessibility. In contrast, the junior high school her children attend in an upper-middle-class neighborhood in New Jersey has a computer in every room. There are 15 computers in the library, 30 in the technology room. All the computers in the school are connected to the net, and all students take 1 computer and 1 technology course a year. Student computer use is even higher in the neighboring town of Howell, where the town just spent $7 million on computers. There, computers are used in every subject, and all learning takes place through the computer. Without the intervention of government and industry, the digital divide between rich and poor schools will continue to widen.